Welcome to Leveling Up with Lindsay, the podcast where we dive into leadership, small business, and everything in between. I'm Lindsay, your host and the proud owner of White Peony Boutique, a space created to empower women, build confidence, and foster meaningful connections. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a mom, a friend, or someone just looking for a little inspiration, this is your space to feel seen, supported, and inspired. Join me as we share stories, strategies, and a little bit of life's chaos while navigating what it truly means to level up in starting a business, relationship, and personal growth. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's level up together. Okay, so let's set the scene. We landed home at 12:47 a.m. I walked into my house at basically 1 a.m. Suitcases still sitting by my stairs, market bags in the back of my car, my phone full, actually maxed out of photos, line sheets, numbers, and voice memos I recorded walking between booths so I wouldn't forget what I loved. And then the next morning, my alarm went off at 6:15 a.m. Back up, back to mom mode, back to business owner mode, back to leading our team. There's something about a market trip that looks glamorous from the outside. The travel, the fashion, the big showrooms. But what people don't see is that the second you land, it's straight back into the responsibility of running a company. And today, Autumn and I are pulling back the curtain on just a little bit of the behind the scenes. All right, well, here we go. Autumn and I are sitting here today because market is such a huge part of this business of White Peony, but it's not all glamorous. And it's definitely an opportunity, but it's something that I think when we share the story, we ask a few questions, it's going to really show the heart behind what goes into making White Peony what it is.
Yeah, I think it's really fun to talk about the pieces because each piece is handpicked by us. This is not just a random act. These are things that we think of our own customers, who would buy this, who would wear this, and so many other things. So we're going to dive into some questions from Linz.
Yes. Before we get started, though, I am going to just preface. I want to talk a little bit about what market is. For those of you who don't know and are listening and are maybe new to this industry or haven't heard us, I travel, I would say, for, let's say, minimum of 3 times a year throughout the United States to buy for White Peony. We hand select styles and pieces, accessories, clothing, shoes, everything in between. Did I miss something? I don't know.
Popcorn, pretzels.
Pretzels, everything in between to curate White Peony in store and what that looks and feels like for you. But there's so much more to it. And when starting this business, that was one of the scariest and most exciting leaps of faith I think I've ever taken because it costs money to go. It's not like I didn't start this business with this huge backing. I started from nothing. And so when you go to market, you travel, and there's 2 trips I'm going to talk about really quick before we get into the questions. And the 2 trips I'm going to tell you are, number 1, my very first trip with my business partner at the time, Miss Kirsten, and I went to Las Vegas. And I look back and think of the memories, the emotions, the hilarious 2 women walking into that place, and we had no idea. People were there from all across the world, and it was such an incredible wake-up call in the best way. I cannot describe it. I remember people walking down the aisles. They were definitely from a different country with huge top hats, trench coats, and these tall boots, 2 gentlemen, matching perfectly, walking perfectly side by side with suitcases in tow. And we just were starstruck of all of the different styles and all of the different fashion and all of the different standards that took place in that moment. For me, I was scared to death going in it. And in that moment, I think Chris and I looked at each other and I was like, this is incredible. I was like, this is where I'm meant to be. And I don't know why this little girl from
Central Minnesota
is going to do anything with fashion and style here. But here we are. So one foot in front of the other. And then the second one I'll never forget is when I brought my mother-in-law to LA for the first time on a buying trip. Now, this market trip it's completely different, and it is way more of a risk going there, I think. I don't know how to describe that better, but it's way more of a risk. It is more expensive to go. It's a great big world in downtown LA that I just wasn't used to navigating, and I never had before. And I take my mother-in-law, and we're, again, 2 women from central Minnesota who talk about going to St. Cloud like it's going to town, and we're in downtown LA.
downtown LA. There is nothing like it.
As we drive in the Uber from the airport, I was like, oh my goodness, what are we getting? What did I get us into? And then we go to, because I researched everywhere. I was so scared to go downtown LA, not knowing what hotel to stay at. But because of like all the reviews and everything, and COVID was starting, mind you. So I took her on a last minute quick trip because we wanted to beat the COVID shutdown in California. So everyone was here working and I had no one I could take so last minute with kids and family and all things. I took my mother-in-law, and you know, there are things. I was nervous, like they were going to like make us stay put if we got shut down. You know, all the things that went through your head in that time.
Yes.
But when we were there, okay, so we go to our hotel, you know, we're driving through downtown LA. The homeless there is like next level.
Yep.
And it was just a culture shock a little bit. We go into our hotel. We're staying at the Intercontinental. If you've ever stayed at that hotel, it's I think it's the tallest hotel in downtown LA, yada, yada. You actually walk in, you have to go up to the 70th floor to check in the lobby. So you go in and, you know, we're lost souls, okay? We go in and we're like, wait, you have to go up to what? And then they say you have to push the right buttons. You can't go rogue in the elevator. Okay? So the only thing you can do is 70th floor, and there's lines, and you like pack into this, and this elevator goes so incredibly fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It actually makes your ears pop. It goes so fast.
Makes your chest hurt like a roller
So
coaster.
my mother-in-law and I walk out of the elevator. We're on the 70th floor. We walk out. It is like sunny as heck. There's birds like in the lobby area is surrounded by complete windows, all like a 360 view, right?
Yep.
Like all the way around windows. So it's like glowing on that level. There's a couple of birds flying around and you're literally above the clouds. And my mother-in-law goes, and I was like, my jaw hit the floor and I was like, oh my, it was so beautiful. But I was like, again, what did I get us into? My mother-in-law said, Lindsay, we're above the clouds. I was like, oh my gosh. Again, what did I get us into? I was like, this is good, right? I don't know. I was just so nervous. Anyways, we went through this market experience. It was an absolute time to remember. It was some of the very first and best connections I've ever made with vendors. I was scared out of my mind. Before we get into questions, I'm going to say one more little piece of this that I think is the funniest moment of the entire trip. And you'll remember when I tell you. There's a rooftop restaurant there. We were kind of like, we didn't know where to go, so we didn't want to get out of the hotel. There was protesting that had taken place, that like in stores burned down and windows and everything because of events that had occurred during that time. So they were like, stay in your hotel. Okay, fine. So we went up to this rooftop restaurant, which is absolutely beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I wish I could take everyone I know there because it is outstanding.
Yeah.
But it was very full. And we're sitting there, we're kind of ordering, feeling uncomfortable, like a little out of place. And then all of a sudden everyone starts cheering and we look over and they're all watching baseball. And we're like, huh, okay. They're really excited about that. Okay, so we're eating a little more. All of a sudden, everybody in that floor on this, I think it was 74 floors up or something.
Yeah.
They were screaming and yelling and high-fiving. And my mother-in-law and I looked at each other and we're like, what in the world? So we asked our server and we go, do they have like a bet on a sports team or something? He looked at us like we were complete, excuse my language, idiots.
Yeah.
And he goes, we just won the World Series. And I was like, no way. I was so consumed in this world of navigating my very first, I had no clue. And if anyone knows me, I really don't take the time to watch TV. I had no updates on current events other than the huge tragedies that had taken place during that time. And I felt really stupid.
Is there something going on?
Do you know what else took place right after that? The entire city of downtown Los Angeles and everywhere in your distance, and I have videos of this, were fireworks like I have never seen in my life. We were in such awe. And I have literally everywhere you look for miles and miles and miles and miles, every single rooftop had fireworks, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
That is really cool.
And we survived our first trip.
Yeah.
There have been other trips where I'll never forget where Emily, Autumn, and I went. Was it Dallas or Atlanta?
It was Atlanta.
Was it Atlanta? And we went into a room and we turned it into a huge photo room.
Yeah.
We took pictures. You took pictures in the
Beautiful
window
big
well.
window.
The background was too good. We turned it into a photo shoot. It was.
Yeah.
We laughed so much, and those are pictures I cherish and memories to this day.
Yeah, that was when I first started.
Yeah.
And Emily first kind of came on, and then you guys went to Dallas for home decor. I remember,
yes.
and you were very pregnant.
Emily was.
Yeah.
Emily's in the background right now, and when she came with me, she was very pregnant,
Yeah.
and our server brought her a whole plate of pickles. And you guys, I've battled flipping COVID on that
Yeah.
trip, and I was in the same room with her, in the same bed. We had like this clear wall. I was not going to let her get sick, and you didn't. It was a miracle, but I had a diffuser in there. I washed, my hands were raw from, it was crazy. I've been sick on more trips like that than I can talk and push through, because I'm like, I'm not going to spend that kind of money and put our White Peony at jeopardy. Like, we need to get things done. So I'm like on my deathbed.
Her body knows when she's going on a trip.
But
she doesn't get sick until she's about to travel.
Yeah, but I've done so freaking amazing the last couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me knocking.
Anyways, okay, there's a little background
Yeah.
on what market is for us. I definitely don't take it lightly in the slightest, and I know my team doesn't either, because I've had the opportunity to travel with everybody, just about everybody, and it's been really incredible. A lot of lessons,
Yes.
a lot of memories,
Yes.
a lot of laughs, a lot of really freaking sore feet.
Okay, so I am basically here just to ask Miss Lynn some questions about market. So first and foremost, I'm gonna ask a not glamorous one.
And you chime in too, because you know.
Yeah, I do. I actually really like LA. As funny as that sounds, everyone's like, LA sucks. I had such a blast there. I had such a blast. It's very eye-opening, and it was a lot of work, but it was just a really good experience.
It was really cool to have you with.
So first question, when you walk into market, what's the pressure you actually feel?
Oh, every single time I walk into market. And this is something that I'm completely open and honest with anyone who comes with me. There have been friends and really close acquaintances that have come with me to market, and I'm very honest with them with this conversation before it takes place, because I don't want them to be like,
What's
are
going-
you okay?
Yeah. And you're like, no, absolutely not.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
So when I walk into market, what I think people don't really know is how much risk is truly involved. The thing is, when we go to order, we don't get to return inventory. If something flops and doesn't work, it's a terrible product, or, you know, I love it and you guys don't love it. I have to own that. We have to own that. If a trend peaks before it arrives, or like we've talked before about seasons, Autumn, if it is something amazing and it comes at the wrong time, it's not going to sell, and that sits on our shoulders, on my shoulders.
Yeah.
And that is really hard. If shipping delays and something, you know, screws up our whole order of planning out the process of like this collection or this launch or this event, we have to figure it out. So there's a lot of pressure in every single decision that is made. And it's
scary.
It's beyond scary. It is really hard. I keep saying, if I win the lottery someday, I am going to keep doing this business. I'm going to go to market for the first time in my life with zero hesitation. I'm going to buy everything.
All the things that she loves.
Every single thing.
Yeah, a lot of strategy.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you balance what you love with the numbers that they're telling you?
Ooh, I think that's where, when you go to market on any kind of buying trip, there are pieces that we love that we have to say no to.
Yeah.
And that stinks.
It hurts.
It does.
Yes.
So anybody that I have come with me to market, I have to explain this to them. There are vendors that are going to have, we're going to see a style that might be at multiple different places in different versions. There's going to be different pricing behind every item, and that makes a huge difference. So we can't always buy everything we want, period.
There are times that you see a booth and it's calling to you because you're like, this is our vibe. And then you see that price tag and you go, that is no longer our vibe. Because you do, you do have to factor that in, and you want to be, something that your
We want to be
clients,
mindful.
exactly.
And I say it out loud because I'm very honest. If it's here and the price is high, it's because I needed it in my life. And we're not jacking up the price. It's legitimately that much higher.
Yes.
And
It's a standard how we do it.
It is
It's
a standard.
So, yeah, it's just depending on the vendor, the quality, all the things get all factored into that.
Yep.
Are you chasing trends, or are you building a closet for our women?
Oh, that's a good one. And I think, what would you say that I would say?
We're always building a closet
Yes.
for our women. Yes.
I knew it. I 100% going to market. There are going to be pieces right now that you see everywhere, and they're going to be pieces that you see all over TikTok and Amazon and Shein. And I even had this conversation with my daughter, and I'm like, I don't want the same. Yes, trending is good, and sometimes we need to. Well, trending is great. And yes, we need to follow suit with new trends and what, the Pantone color of the year is, like following those things. But I don't quite frankly want to follow suit with the $2 piece of something that's coming from Shein. I don't care.
Yes.
I really
100%.
don't. Like, I'm here for value. I'm here for like what fits, what's quality value pieces for our people. There are people that we have in our head when we go, right?
Always. We have two things. We have an avatar we always talk about, and that is, who do we sell to? Because the thing about boutiques is you're going to know that each one has their own vibe.
Yep.
Each one speaks to a certain clientele, and we have to keep that in mind every time we're buying, because even between me and Lindsay, we have different styles, but we have to find what our age demographic is, what they're looking for in clothing, those types of things. And so that's a huge thing. But also when we go to market, we actually, because we get to know our customers so well and by name, when we're looking at clothing items, I'd be like, oh my gosh, Cindy's going to love this.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Lois is going to love this. It's going to look so good on her.
Be like, oh, this looks going to look so good on Holly. Like, Tara's going to love this. And I even send Snapchats to some people I know and friends, because I know, or Kayla and Courtney, because they know, like, you could just picture it on them.
Yep.
We are constantly asking ourselves, too, who we're shopping for, our avatar. We're also looking at, like, can someone wear this 3 ways? Does this actually feel like life in central Minnesota? Because, I always tell our vendors when they're like, this is our top seller. And I'm like, sir, we're in central Minnesota right now. Will this still feel relevant in the next season? Like, where are we at? And does this work for both of our locations or one or the other? And for those who don't know, we carry different clothing at either location.
And that's another thing, too. We have avatars for each store location.
Yeah, we do.
Just because depending on where you are, who's walking in, our trends that we start to see, we try to be mindful of that.
Yes.
And do our best inventory wise, which puts another spin on the buying process.
It does.
When do you trust your gut? And before Lindsay starts talking, I will say she has a very good instinct, and not just in clothing, just in general. And I feel like when she has a gut instinct, I'm like, go with it, because it tends to be correct. Because she thinks way too much.
I do.
Hard.
It's like a curse a little bit.
Yeah, it's a curse
But
and a
I'm
blessing.
starting to like have more confidence in a good and bad way.
I trust your gut.
About
I'm
my
confident in
instincts.
your gut.
When my instincts are feeling like, oh no, I'm like, darn it. Because I'm like, that means, I'm going to be right, and I don't want to be right. No, I'm just kidding. Well, you just go through when you're doing this for long enough, and in leadership and life and business, and you learn a lot of lessons on the way. And it's not always going to be right instincts. But one thing, when I do stand with what's in my gut, aside from maybe the analytical part, is when it feels truly aligned with not only White Peony, but who I am.
Yeah.
And like, if you're coming with me to market, who you are. And I think that's cool. That is one huge blessing I'll never, ever, ever take for granted, is traveling with the different people that I have had the opportunity to. I didn't come, you guys, from money, and I didn't have a backing. Like, I can't stress this enough. Oh, I got a little choked up there. That I came with, like, there was no help here. So for me to be able to have these moments of traveling with different people that I care deeply about. Like, you aren't going on a market trip with me unless, like, you're my person. And I don't ever take that for granted. I actually, when I go to market on a budget, typically, I love trying new foods. It's like my way of getting around the world a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So I don't take that for granted. That is one of the biggest blessings that I thank God for every day. But the people that are with me, when we're together and we're picking out something and I'm not sure and I go with my gut, it's because it's aligned with who we are as White Peony. It's aligned with who I am. I look to the person with me with the utmost confidence of it has to align with who you are. You mentioned this before, but what I always say, we can't say yes to every piece. We're not buying everything. I obviously don't have an unlimited budget, and that's the piece that stresses me out the most. But I do say if there's something that you love, fight for it.
And I have.
I love that too. I actually love
because
that.
there's sometimes I'll bring this up and she'll be like, no, it's because of this. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. But there are some things that if I can prove to her that I think it will sell, I think that it aligns, she'll give me a thumbs up.
Well, in the little backstory,
is far and few between.
The little backstory with that though is, you know, like I think we get caught up in all the. You go there and it is like, woo, I get to shop and pick out all these things, and then when you have the analytics behind it, you remember like what sat in your store. You remember the pieces like that denim romper that I loved so much that did sit, and I think that's crazy. But then we can't buy the really awesome denim romper this next time. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes we remind each other of those situations.
I'm like, remember that dress?
Because I'm like,
dresses
Autumn,
didn't go.
I want this, but what do you think? And she's like, nope, that sat. And I was like, you're right. Okay, move on. So
or
this
how
is,
it sits on a hanger.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. We just talked about this with the dress.
She just loved a dress that she saw in a video, and I said that gal's wearing it very well, but in store that will never hang well, and no one's gonna touch it.
Yeah. See.
Things you have to think about. Hangers.
Hangers.
Pant hangers specifically. I will say also, trusting your gut, it is a lot of, people say a lot of times when they come in here, like, everything's so soft. I'm like, that's on purpose.
Yes.
Like, quality, feel, fit, all get factored into the process.
You know, and I
Not
think
just
trusting
cute.
your gut, we have made mistakes, a lot of mistakes. So 1,000% we've overbought. 1,000% we've underbought on the bestsellers.
Yes.
We have missed an ordering window. Oh my God, I can't even tell you the phone calls and stuff like that. Literally, there are phone calls weekly that are like, did you send it out yet? Are you coming? Is it canceled? What's happening? Like, my mom is on top of that through and through, but it is a constant battle. It's actually insane. One little article of clothing, the process that it takes to get it in front of your face is actually insane. It's insane.
That is
insanity.
We should do like a video of like the start of a buy all the way to the point it gets in a package.
Travel. We should just hold it.
Literally. I'm done. I'm doing that.
Let's go all the way to like where they create it. You know,
literally.
Like you design it. Let's go to the warehouse. Let's do it all. Okay.
That got really extreme, but that's okay. That's Lindsay's brain.
Okay, we're doing it. You know what I typically say? I have an idea.
Oh, when she comes at us, Emily, when she comes at us with, I have an idea, how do you feel?
Everyone hides.
Scared. Yeah. It depends how big her smile is.
Morning.
Honestly, I gauge the risk by how big her
Autumn,
smile is.
I can see the way you look at me.
Yeah, I'm like, Yep. Because we have 7 projects at one time, and she goes, you know what?
Ooh, I have
Next
an idea.
month, this is what we're doing.
We have an idea.
We're getting through today.
No, next month? Are you kidding me? It's like for tomorrow.
To Friday. Normally it is, hey, let's do this tonight. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And you're like,
woo.
Yeah, that's right. Let's do that. And it always works out. All right.
Abby in the background's like, I could feel it this morning. I said it this morning, you guys.
She did.
These two just like went.
Yep.
What are we doing?
How big is this?
Oh gosh, that's good. Okay, that's another episode.
And actually, it's going to be maybe a monthly thing, so pretty big.
Pretty big.
Yeah, but that's how they all start. Okay, without giving everything away, what's the vibe for spring and summer this year?
I actually, I keep getting asked this, or this keeps getting brought up, and I have never. This actually makes me the happiest. Can you tell?
I've never heard you more confident coming back from the market for a season, actually.
Okay, picture this, right? Here's my view, everyone, right now. We're in the St. Joe's store. We've got windows surrounding us. Inside, we have the most beautiful pinks and grays and blues, and that's fantastic. Got some red. We've got different colors.
White.
Neutrals.
Yep.
Okay. You look outside our windows and it is gray with some snow cover. It just is central Minnesota. We're dealing with a longer winter. And yes, I know we live in Minnesota. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But this year's different. It's just longer. And I am sick of it.
Yeah.
I am forcing sunshine within our store. So when you walk in, there are going to be the most bright, beautiful colors. I know neutrals were so in last year. I know in central Minnesota, neutrals are typically in.
Yeah.
I just don't care anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, we need color in our life beyond measure.
Yep.
Abby's in the background cheering.
Yep.
I told her I looked for her favorite color, purple and lavenders.
Yep.
So we have bold colors, we have bright colors, we have beautiful pastel colors.
Patterns.
I said no to more black on this buying season than I ever have in my life. And I'm going to tell everyone right now, I can relate to. Yes, I know we have so much black in our closet. Not anymore. Going forward, I mean, yes, we'll sprinkle it in. But this spring and summer, you're going to see floral patterns. You're going to see bright colors. You're going to see, hands down, the best fabrics that we always stand behind.
Yes.
I am the most excited about these spring colored sets that are in the softest scuba material you could ever hope for.
And when Linz gets excited about something, it's going to be good.
Because I do
You
have
see
a
a lot
pretty
of
high
things.
standard,
She
honestly,
does.
when it comes
You
to
guys, I will say that when you go on a market buying trip, you think you know clothes, and then Lindsay comes and she's like a hound dog. I'm not gonna lie. You're like, oh, I love this, and all she has to do is like smell it, touch the little
so
thing, and she
funny
goes,
you say
that
that.
seam is awful. And I was like, oh, this seam, yeah, ew, hate it.
Seam, yes,
yeah, it's
because
everything matters.
Okay.
And so it's not just that's pretty. It's not just like, oh, it's a little soft. It's like from the head to toe, she's judging that thing, and she is like, that is not gonna work. And
I
you're like,
love you for saying that right
Yeah.
now. Didn't know I was a hound dog, but you're
Yeah.
actually right. I inspect that thing. One little
I
tank
should.
top.
I
up.
want to video you silently, just
Yes.
touching and feeling and
Okay.
like, yeah, because you guys would be so.
I know exactly how I look at it, too.
Yes.
It is a judgy look.
She doesn't come in and go, that's cute. She goes, let me feel this. What's the sizing?
Instant fabric feel.
Sizing.
And I think I have to be a little, like my daughter was like, Mom, we don't care. And I said, but
I
we
do.
care.
Yep.
Like, she's like, my age, we don't care about the fabric. I said, but you should.
Yeah.
You want to be more comfortable? Shop at Peony.
Exactly.
Anyways, but it is funny because, like, literally one seam could go rogue, or just with time, you start learning, like, that seam is not going to be flattering.
Yeah.
Or, like, it'll be the cutest. I saw the cutest gray, wide leg, flowy pants with awesome pockets. And it was, like, this random middle butt seam. I was like, shoot.
I wanted it.
really wanted these.
I know.
But we had to say
She sent it
no.
and I said, love it. And she said no.
Yeah. We
Wasn't
found
the
we
standard.
found the flaw.
She found the flaw.
Do you know what my
and said,
daughter said with me? She goes, ugh, I just wish we could design our own. And I said, I've said that my whole life.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah. Okay. That is a whole nother podcast. Oh,
What?
I don't know. My chair was
I was like, did we hit a moment?
this. What if?
I didn't know if it was a medical concern or like
I almost
we're
fell off my
on
chair.
a mental note.
Oh
It's the
boy,
dog.
that would have been
It's
terrible.
the dog alarm all over again.
Oh, or me opening up your car. I
I
up
thought I
her-
was getting kidnapped yesterday.
I opened up the door in her car, and she was like heavy on her phone because I had to give her something quick before, and she wasn't like.
I didn't
was
know.
like right there. She had no idea. So I opened her car door.
Aggressively, by the way. Opened it aggressively, and I was like, I will cut you.
She's scared. She was so scared. She's like, I just thought I was gonna get kidnapped.
So, lesson learned, don't sit with your car door unlocked.
Be aware.
Be aware of your surroundings.
That was like a lesson.
I was very
I didn't
scared.
know, but
yeah,
oh, that was so funny.
I would have got you.
I know. I'm glad you didn't have any weapons on hand.
The crazy eyes going.
I saw. You did.
I know.
You did.
I know. It wasn't on purpose. I was just really scared.
And you did have the cut you sign like you weren't gonna do anything with your arm, but you were like ready to almost half karate chop me, but you were so scared.
You came out of nowhere.
These are also the moments that happen at market. Actually, not only every day at Wage
Tears.
But I can tell you situations like this almost every single time we go to market.
Stuff happens. If you guys have more questions,
For sure. Definitely private message us at any
Yeah.
moment. I just want people to understand that whether you're a boutique owner, an entrepreneur, or someone chasing something hard, every decision has weight behind it. You don't see the spreadsheets. You don't see the late nights. You don't see the 1 a.m. arrivals and the 7 a.m. alarms. But you do see the finished product. And I don't take that lightly at all. When you shop White Peony, you're not just buying a top. You're stepping into something that was thought through and through. And as Autumn said, through and through and through. Calculated, prayed over, and risk assessed, or hound dog assessed.
there is intention behind every rack you see.
If you loved this behind the scenes conversation, make sure you are following us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Every time we go to market, we definitely try to do a lot of behind the scenes
Yes.
because I think it's fun. We ask that you help us buy, and we do a lot of polls to
Yep.
see this or that because we're sharing more of the real moments. The buying, the unpacking, the styling, the strategy, and maybe even making my in hotel room lunches.
Yes.
And trust me, this spring and summer at White Peony is going to be bright, and it's simply going to be beautiful. We cannot wait to show you. I cannot wait to show you. So send us a private message if you have any extra questions, and can't wait for you to see our spring collection. Thank you for listening. If you found this information helpful, please share it with a friend. If you're looking for more information on the topics we covered, please head to the show notes below. And if you wouldn't mind leaving a 5-star rating and review, this would help this mission and our journey to get started. Let's make today and every day an opportunity to level up. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep striving, and keep making a difference.